Today's energy is the biggest trickster that survived. Yeah, the biggest trickster is it's an air sign energy. Guys, I just got through doing some aerobics, so excuse me. This particular energy is talking about the Lucifins, excuse me, Lucifer's fallen bloodline that rules the world. The reason why chosen ones or individuals have a hard time gaining certain positions on this mundane third world energy in the mundane world is because that there are evil families that are in control of the monetary algorithm of the matrix that is only here to support their bloodline and no one else. Everyone else is a slave under these elite families. And now that the chosen ones are waking up from Storybrooke, if you guys have ever saw the series, I think it was called Not Ever After. Oh, I can't think of the name of it. If you guys are familiar with the city Storybrooke, I think it was a remake. The series was a remake of all of the villains in the Walt Disney sitcoms. I think it was called, it may not have been called, I think it was called Once Upon a Time. That's what it was, Once Upon a Time. In the series Once Upon a Time, the world, the people that surround us are waking up from false realities, from an illusion that the elite families have put over people. Individuals are now understanding that it's a choice to be a slave. I see exactly what Kanye West was going with that. You choose to be a slave. You choose to allow people to have control over your power until you're able to wake up and realize that you're more powerful than the fallen Luciferians, the ones who have control over this earth. See, that's the only thing they have control over is the land that they was dormant to. They can't go up, they can't go down, they can't go around. They are stuck here. But us, we can go way beyond and we can beat their energy. We can surpass the trickster. These are people who trick you out of your spot, out of your legacy, out of your generational wealth. Some of us are down here to learn lessons, while some of us are here, honestly, for punishment. I feel like this is hell on earth, especially with the fallen angels who disobeyed and defiled God. Now it makes sense why some they call it the hierophant energy, which is individuals who lead people into their respected areas in life. Like a hierophant could be seen as a teacher, a guide, an assistance to something. But there is no assistance for the chosen ones because we're told by the elites that we can't have any access or any assistance because the connection that we have with the Most High, and they can't stand the Most High. They can't stand God. They don't like God. Those are the real true atheists, the ones in these churches, the ones that's in these pulpits, the ones that is over this money, finances, the ones that's waging wars in other countries. Why you think America and the world is never at peace? Why you think it's always at war? Because it's the chosen ones, not the chosen ones, but the falling elite ones who is behind the scenes running everything. This is not our reality, but we're living this reality at this moment for a time to show these tricksters that they cannot win over God's people, that they will never win. And if we can break the illusion, then we can most definitely keep on projecting that God's word shall be carried, God's prophecy shall be fulfilled. Whatever God has planned for us, I feel like this is going in divine order, divine timing, and now these elite families are being exposed. We don't know why God do what God do, but we know that God will reveal to us in due time what our purpose is and why we are here to expose these energies for what it is. I feel like it's judgment. I don't know why, and I'm not going to go into that. But as you can see, these magicianal, these tricksters, they call themselves magicians or alchemists or whatever. You know, we all have good and bad energy in us. We all have the choice to pick good intentions or bad intentions. But as you can see, these fallen angels, they will never have any good intentions. I ain't gonna say never because people can change, but as you can see, the majority of these families have chosen to separate you from God, separate you from peace, separate you from victory, separate you from what you're supposed to have the most. They want to control you by your actions. They want to control you by your reaction. Never give them a reaction. That's how they steal your energy. You see what I'm saying? They want to separate you from yourself, your higher being, because they know if we come down here and we are in rat-a-tat-tat energy and God's energy, they know that they have already lost the war. I feel like the war is going to begin very soon. They lost the battle and they're going to lose the war. And that's what this is all about. What's the next energy? Yeah, we're exposing all these corrupt organizations, sanctions, groups that was put together to make it a hard living for the American people, for the people of the world, for the chosen ones who is here to guide, to assist the real hierophants. It's the chosen ones that God has picked to lead God's people away from ill-mannered sheeple and carry off the people of Moses to a new era. So take what resonate, disregard the rest. Everybody ain't gonna get the message. Everybody don't want to listen to the message. But the ones who do hear the message, you will know when it's time to move or when it's time to rally up those troops. Yeah, dear Mr. President, these niggas acting up in the streets saying more troops, something like that. Yeah, dear Mr. President, what am I to do? These niggas in the streets acting up, saying more troops. Dear Mr. President, what am I to do? These niggas in the streets acting up, saying more troops. Dear Mr. President, what am I to do? These niggas acting up in the streets, saying more troops. Yeah, we're going to return that shit back to sender. Now, how you like those apples? Now, how's that for the shot? But we ain't reacting. We're just having a logic discussion on why things are not in favor for the chosen ones. Let's get to the next energy. Yeah, this air sign energy finna be sick. They finna be out. They finna be, like I said, they gonna be sick. They old. They decrepit. They gonna be sick. They wanted this for you. They be stagnant, sick, mentally confused, ruminating, agonizing. Nah, somebody wanted you in a hospital bed. They want you to be in a hospital bed. It'll never work. What's this Knight of Swords? It's going back to sender, though, is what I'm picking up. They try to send this information to you. They try to send this energy to you. Nah, they wanted you to be tricked out of your spot, tricked out of whatever that God had for you. They was doing a trick for you to be tricked out your own spot so you would give up. They wanted you to be sick and mental anxiety and not sure which way to go. Yeah, they wanted you to be in a hospital. They wanted to have you in a hospital asylum is what I'm picking up with mental conditions. What is this Nine of Swords? Clarified. Yeah, you're the Empress and you're going to overcome it, period. You're the Empress, baby. Yeah, you got a fan base. Maybe you're working on becoming some type of star energy, if not the star, a great mothering energy is what I'm picking up. You could have a big heart. You heal a lot of people. You give to a lot of people. You inspire a lot of people. Yellow could be very significant. I'm picking up Marge Simpson energy. I feel like that you got this big God energy about you. And I feel like that you're very prosperous. And I feel like this is what they wanted to end. Clarify the Empress energy. Yeah, success will be yours. You have built a sturdy foundation, a great foundation, because you have the keys. Oh, death becomes her. You are in the energy of death becomes her. So if they're trying to throw any type of death spells, but how can you throw death spells at someone when you are already death? You are death in walking form. Death has become you now. So you can't die, but you will succeed. Yeah, I'm picking up the movie Death Becomes Her. What's this for? Four of Wands. Yeah, you gained insight on how to control your power and your reactions. These people they finna be stuck. It's over with. Chop their head.